Before I get to the super duper long version of news of the week, I am gonna quickly react to the Quakes preseason schedule, which was just announced this morning. And unsurprisingly, the rumor of them gonna be going to Cancun to do their preseason for the second year in a row is true, and that they're going to be once again going to Cancun. And I also heard they are doing a giveaway where if you enter this giveaway, you can potentially have 2 free tickets to not only join the Quakes when they're going to be having their preseason camp in Cancun, but also be there in person. And I have a feeling a lot of people is going to enter it. Like, even non-Quakes fans are going to enter that giveaway, not just because they want to see the Quakes play in the preseason, but anytime when there's a giveaway to go to Cancun, and even if it's just for a weekend getaway, obviously people is going to get that. And I already did the giveaway. Most likely it's not going to win. I mean, most of the giveaways that I have entered for the Quakes, actually not most, but all of the giveaways that I've entered for the Quakes, all of them has been unsuccessful and I haven't won the contest. But you never know. This is why you, of course, enter this contest, and that it's basically kind of like a lottery system. But either way, getting to the preseason, and by the way, if you win that giveaway, not only you're going to go to Cancun, but you also get to watch one of the Quakes preseason match, and you'll be the only 2 lucky fans to able to watch the Quakes this preseason, because all the preseason match this season for the Quakes is going to be closed door. And I guess, in my opinion, I think that's a good idea, the fact that all of them is closed door, because that means I don't have to shell like $30 or $60 off of my wallet just to go to a meaningless preseason game. I mean, I know a lot of fans want to see the Quakes play in preseason, and even if it's a meaningless game, they want to see the team play. But at the same time, when you're watching like a preseason game that is meaningless and players are kind of like just jogging half speed and trying to focus more on recovery than actually the resort itself, it's kind of not worth it. And especially for the last couple of years when these preseason game, and I don't know why this is the case, but even for season ticket holder, you still have to pay for the preseason game. Like, it's not included in the season ticket package, which I just feel like that's completely messed up with the way that, you know, if a season ticket holder have to pay that much amount to watch the team play, then we should at least get some complimentary in terms of watching the team play in the preseason. And it's no doubt that when you look at preseason game for the Quakes, not a lot of people actually attended. Like, I remember it was 2 years ago when they played Reno 1868. I think they probably only got like 3,000 people attending the game at Avaya Stadium. Like, Avaya Stadium was not even a quarter full when these preseason games play. So I'm guessing they probably think, well, there's really not this, you know, this isn't really a good way to like profit off of the money, so might as well just kind of do it closed door. Now, in terms of the date itself, on the 18th and the 19th, that's when the players report for physical. On the 22nd, that's when the players report, and that's when Almeida will also start to train with those guys, or actually report with the team itself. The 26th is when the team travel to Cancun, and on February 3rd, they are going to be playing a match, and they're going to be playing against an MLS club. They don't know which MLS club is going to be also going to Cancun, and the Quakes are going to be playing, but they are going to be playing an MLS club. And then on February 10th, they will play another match, and this time it's going to be against the local Cancun team, which I believe last year we did the same thing. And then after that match, they will be returning to San Jose. Now, for February 18th, they have a closed-door match versus Reno 1868. So it seemed like, you know, after a couple of years where this is a game where they allow fans to watch the Quakes play against the affiliate, the Quakes this season decided, you know what, forget it. Let's just do a closed-door match and play against Reno 1868 this time. And then they have another closed-door match against Sacramento just a couple of days later. And yeah, that is the full preseason schedule for the Quakes. Obviously, you know, they're going to have 1 month to, well, 1.5 months to prepare for the upcoming season that is going to be happening on February 29th. And, you know, I know a lot of people besides the fact that they're excited that their teams is getting into preseason, I think a lot of Quakes fan, one of the biggest concern that they have coming into this season is signings. And there's been lack of signing. I mean, besides Espinoza, his transfer making it permanent, we have not signed anybody this offseason. And as we get closer and closer to the beginning of the season, that does make me a little bit concerned, because I just feel like even if we have this team that I know is going to be now under the understanding the Almeida system, and that they would be much prepared to use this Almeida system and use this man marking system heading into this upcoming season, I still think this team, still needs to improve. And especially when you look at the position the Quakes need to improve, there is a lot of position the Quakes need to improve on. Like, they need to have a striker, because besides Wando, they don't really have a true goal scorer. And then in the defense, I mean, we lack center back depth there, and that, you know, we don't really have a lot of defensive player in our roster right now. So, you know, that's going to be interesting to see if the team can fix this issue and finally acquire some reinforcement heading into this season. Otherwise, I do feel like, you know, I want to be optimistic and say that the Quakes will finally push through to make the playoffs in the second year that Almeida is in charge. But with this current roster, I just don't see it happen. And especially, I feel like teams are just going to find us out, and that, you know, this exact same roster, Almeida basically squeezed every last drop out of that roster from last year. And it's no wonder why at the end of the season this team started to kind of struggle, because when you squeeze every last drop of this roster, you know, if you squeeze every last of this roster and they can't be competing the whole season without having these kind of crazy losing streak, then yeah, we're not going to make the playoffs either way. So yeah, let's hope we're going to have some acquisition that is going to happen in these next couple of weeks before the season starts. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the preseason schedule, and do you think the Quakes are going to eventually make a signing? I mean, I know I have heard the reason why a lot of teams haven't made signings is they're waiting on this whole CBA situation. But having said that, why in the world do I still see other clubs around MLS that is being ambitious? And especially, as I mentioned, this News of the Week episode that I'm about to do is going to be one of the longest, and the one that I'm going to have the most news to report. So it's not like nobody is signing because of the fact that we still have this CBA negotiation that is going on, and that teams want to wait until the negotiation is done. No, there's still teams that is signing right now, and that I just kind of feel like this is more like an excuse to hide the fact that, well, you know, we're being very quiet right now because we want to have the CBA finish negotiating, and then we'll potentially make the signing. And that I think if once the CBA does finish in terms of the negotiation, we'll see if these team is going to do, and we'll see if the Quakes will finally pick it up in terms of their signing. Because if it isn't, then you cannot make this excuse saying that, well, we're not signing anybody because we're still waiting on the CBA to be extended and see what happens in this new CBA. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.